afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to North Salem Community Connect. I'm George Bovino, and I'll be your host. Mackenzie Dunn, who is normally here as my co-host, is doing a shoot off camera. She'll be doing a little special thing for our musical coming up, Barnum. So we look forward to that piece as well. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are speaking about the musical. It is called Barnum, and my guests today are Mr. Douglas Coates, who is our director of the musical, and Ms. Jessie Wasserman, who is the assistant director. So welcome to you both, and thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
We're very much looking forward to this production. So I have some questions that hopefully will whet the whistle, or whet the appetite, I meant to say, of all the folks watching today. Why Barnum, Doug?
This goes back a long time, back to when I was in high school, actually. The Barnum was on the Tony Awards in 1979, and the number that opened the second act was intriguing to me like nobody's business, and I've always wanted to do it, and inadvertently found out that we had a huge local connection when we decided to do Barnum with the circus theme.
Yeah, let's talk more about that, because there really is an unbelievable connection here in North Salem with, can you speak to that a little bit, Jessie?
Sure, and close by too. So P.T. Barnum was born in Bethel, Connecticut, and also Somers, New York, housed the Barnum and Bailey elephants in the winter. So we have a lot of connections there, and there was the Elephant Walk we've been learning about as well in North Salem. So it's fun to have such a local, rich connection to the show.
In my own personal connection, believe it or not, began my teaching career in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Right. And
there is a museum, a Barnum, P.T. Barnum Museum, which was wonderful to go to. So I think I'm following it or something. But we're very excited about having it here in North Salem.
Yeah, that's great.
So it is a musical.
It is a musical.
But very different than what we've had in the past.
Very different. It's all circus themed. The entire story takes place in a circus tent. We've had students come out who do magic. We have students come out who learn how to walk on stilts. We've had students come out who juggle.
Acrobats. Yeah. It's a lively, active show, and it's constantly moving. And instead of having your blackouts and set changes, we have clowns coming on and moving sets around, and so it flows very nicely.
So it sounds like it certainly is a musical for all ages.
Absolutely.
Are there famous songs that one would recognize?
I don't think so.
No. I don't think so. I myself didn't know any of the music prior to learning the show, and but have since had it stuck in my head for months. So
I bet it is. I bet it is. But that must make it more difficult too when you really don't know the music, or maybe not.
It's funny. In some ways, it does, because people can't rely on, okay, I know this song, so I don't have to work at it very hard. Everybody had to learn things from scratch and find the story involved from nothing, which was sometimes more interesting.
It's sort of a main theme of the show, bringing color into the lives of these characters, and so I like to think about it that all of the students were meeting the script as black and white words on a page, and that it's just over the months turned into this colorful, bright, live spectacle, and we're just really excited to share it with everybody.
That's great.
Yes.
The other great thing here is that there's both middle school and high school students involved.
Absolutely.
Is it about 50-50, or how's it break out this year?
No, it's
60-40?
not. Yes, about 60. Yeah, I would say
more
about
younger
60,
students. Yeah, that's
more middle
great.
schoolers.
So there's a great future.
We have a pile of boys this year.
That's wonderful.
Very excited about that.
That is
very excited about
great.
that. Yeah.
Dancing involved in the show as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Yep, lots of dancing. Our gymnastics our gymnasts are featured well as well. You'll see students doing tricks you didn't realize that they could do, and lots of various talents. And the cast has been so excellent. They're such a family. They work so well together and look out for each other. And yeah, it's
a big commitment, isn't it, on the students' part, really? When did you actually start?
November.
We had auditions in October even, and then rehearsals began in November. Yes.
Right.
So it's a I want to say juggling act, but I don't really want to say that. But it really is for them to juggle their schoolwork and the commitment to you folks in terms of rehearsal time and their own personal lives.
Absolutely.
I'd say it's just as big of a commitment as a sport. It's a season of a sport, essentially. Yes.
How long is the production?
We're still timing it, but I'm thinking it's going to come out at it's going to come out around 2 hours.
Perfect.
Maybe a little more with an intermission, but probably the second act goes like that.
Yeah. Any bumps along the way, stories that you can share, or has it been pretty smooth?
It's been very smooth. I've discovered I'm not very good at magic myself. I'm trying to learn some of the tricks that we're going to use in the show, and that's a challenge, I'd say, but no major bumps at all.
Did the students come to you with that kind of gymnastic background, magic background?
Some did,
yeah.
yes.
They did.
We asked them in the audition what kind of experience they had, if they had done stilt walking, tumbling, if they knew card tricks, all of that.
Sure, sure.
As some students came right in and showed us what they could do right in that audition as well.
One of the sixth graders turned around and said, he said, "You got a deck of cards?" Absolutely. And he did a trick, it sounded like a professional.
Isn't that
He was
exciting?
amazing.
We had one girl come in as a clown as well, with a big red foam nose, and did her whole audition as a clown. It was great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Very exciting, yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the dates of this fantastic performance is February 10th, that's a Friday, 7:30 here in our auditorium. Saturday, the 11th of February, 7:30 p.m. And then Sunday, once again, on the 12th of February at 2 p.m. So I'm sure that you're going to want to make time to come and see this wonderful production. We're going to take a little break here, and what's coming up next is a little taste of Barnum, a couple of our students. So we're looking forward to that, and I want to thank both of you for spending time with me and telling our audience about Barnum. Thanks very much. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Dunn for Community Connect. I'm here today with two of the actors from our school musical, Barnum. Caitlin Franz, hi.
Hello.
And Austin Cutler.
Hello.
And I'm going to ask you a few questions about the musical. First of all, what are your parts?
I'm playing the role of Charity Barnum, who is Mr. Barnum's wife.
And you?
And I play the role of Mr. Phineas Taylor Barnum.
So we got two leads here, and a married couple too. Now, have you guys done musicals in the past?
I have been in the past 4 musicals at North Salem.
Started doing them last year.
And how does this musical compare to previous musicals that you've been in?
This one's been very different in that, well, it's circus themed, Barnum, and we haven't ever had one quite like this.
Yeah.
And this musical's a lot more spontaneous than last year's, but, well, my lines, I've had more lines to memorize this year, so that part's been harder, but they're easier to memorize overall because last year my lines were in Mandarin, Chinese, and Cantonese. It's a little more difficult.
So speaking of that, do you ever find it hard to balance all the work of the musical? I know I've been in a few myself. It's very, very time consuming and demanding. So do you ever find it hard to balance musical rehearsals with your schoolwork?
I don't find that a challenge this year. I mean, so far schoolwork hasn't been very demanding, so it's been easier to have a lead role.
Which is great. And you?
We don't have schoolwork this year.
It's your junior year. I can imagine it's somewhat stressful. No? No. Well, that's great. Is there anything that we can expect, any surprises from the musical this year?
They're called surprises for a reason.
Yeah, we can't tell you very much, but there are definitely some surprises, twists in the plot that I think people won't expect.
Yeah, and this is a really cool show. I've never heard of it before, but I'm really excited to see it. So that's awesome. Thank you for joining me today. And we'll be sure to see Barnum.
And now for a deliciously trolled advertisement as Mr. Barnum juggles 3 slippery strands in the air.
Come on, Brian, sell it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that really, if that doesn't make you want to come and see this show, I don't know really what.
what will. So I'm so excited about this. It's a great thing for our young people to do, and we thank Mr. Coates and Ms. Wasserman for leading them through this process. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is George Bavino. I'm your host, and again, the dates of this fantastic performance: Barnum, Friday, February 10th, 7:30 p.m., the 11th, Saturday, 7:30 p.m., and Sunday, the 12th, 2 p.m. Be there, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much for joining us.
QUOTIDIAN